looking at the fixtures in the Canada Life Premier League, we have Rhian versus Ramsey, St George's versus Douglas Old Boys, Corinthians will take on St Mary's, Laxey versus Douglas and Royal. Moran will take on Peel at Foxdale, and St John's versus Douglas Athletic.
Yeah, you look at Corinthians St Mary's over the last couple of years. St Mary's have probably had the bragging rights, but at the moment, St Mary's got a couple of injuries. Not too sure what their team is like. They had a bit of a tough battle against Ayr United, but they got the points, so that's all that matters. When you think Rhian about a month ago, there was talk of St Mary's possibly folding. I'm absolutely delighted that people like Jack and Frank, who needed to lead, because they're arguably two of the best players on the Isle of Man. The rest would probably follow, as in, those two players are like having three or four, so it would help them out. But Rhian have had a great start, another 10 goals midweek for them, so that's really nice. Corinthians got sort of 12, so they'll go into the St Mary's game really confident. But St George's, it's their first game of the season tomorrow, because obviously they missed last Saturday, missed midweek. So Johnny Myers, I'm expecting a good show. Johnny Myers is a worthy manager. You could see it was going to come sort of a long time ago. He's done it all. He's got the T-shirt, great player, great lad. He's coached at Cal Cup and been involved right the way through. And, I wish him well. He's still a fantastic player, even though, sorry, Johnny, he's about 36. So, it's like Sean Quaid, Chris Bass, Callum Morrissey. They're still good enough to play. They're fit enough. So, I think St George's will start off with a good win.
Moving on to JCK Division 2, we've got Castletown versus Ramsey Youth Centre, Onchan versus Maloo, Braddon will take on Michael, Pulrose versus Douglas and District, Jims versus Governors Athletic, and Colby versus Union Mills.
Yeah, Colby v Union Mills is probably the big game of the day. Would have liked to have covered that one, but it's a little bit too far out for us, isn't it, for a 2:30 kickoff to try and collate the results. But I watched Union Mills midweek on Wednesday, and even though it was dour weather, they played some really good football. Defensively, they're good. Going forward, they're lethal. I think Colby are going to be without Carl Hickey. I think he's got an injury. We'll wait and get that one confirmed, which I just wonder where the goals are going to come from. I know Luke Roberts is there. He'll score. Jordan Primrose Smith will score goals. But I just think Union Mills will be a little bit too strong for them. But what a win for Castletown. Midweek, that was absolutely brilliant to see against real tough opposition in Maloo. That's a big bonus 3 points for them. And Division 2 is going to be really interesting, but Ramsey Youth Centre look as if they're setting out their benchmark, and Darren Hudson's been scoring goals. Expect it from him. So, tomorrow will be really well, and I think Mr. Moran's going to send me to the Onchan game, which we'll go and watch, Onchan against Maloo, and look forward to watching them and see how good they are, because one of the top players a few years ago, Mark Wolfenden, is putting the boots back on and coming back out, so looking forward to see him play.
In Canada Life Combi 1, we've got Ramsey versus Rhian, Douglas Old Boys versus St George's, Douglas Royal versus Laxey, Peel versus Moran, and Douglas Athletic will take on St John's.
Yeah, Peel are going to be strong in it. They bounced back midweek and scored a few goals. Corinthians, who, been scoring for fun, they had a good result against Peel last Saturday. They had a good result against Royal midweek, but St Mary's don't have a combination side. But Rhian are always in there or thereabouts. But it's hard to take in. I've been looking at the team sheets, and they're very, very strong, some of these Combi 1 sides. So again, there's going to be a right battle going on in there. But hopefully by tomorrow at 5 o'clock we'll have all the results in. I don't think the weather sounds too bad. And we'll see who's putting the pressure on the boys at the top.
And JCK Combi 2, we've got Maloo versus Onchan, Michael versus Braddon, Governors Athletic versus Jims at Colby, and Union Mills versus Colby. And we've also got two postponements or cancellation postponements. We've got Ramsey Youth Centre versus Castletown. That is not going ahead, and neither is Douglas and District versus Pulrose. Yeah,
let's clean that up for you. Pulrose now have withdrawn from the combination 2 league, which we knew it was a big ask for them. The players came, but then once St Mary's sort of signed on the dotted line and included themselves in the fixtures, then Pulrose lost a few players. So Pulrose have only got one team this year. Castletown are so close, Rhian, to having 2 teams, and we're trying to help them as much as we can. We're in difficult times right the way across, not just with football, just in life in general. And, people are now starting to come, back in and help them, which is great to see. So, we're not going to put them under pressure, but they're going to have to sort of commit next week somewhere along the line. They've got a game, I think it is midweek, and then another game next Saturday. So, that'll have been 5 they should have played and they've missed. So we're trying to help them. That's all we can do is, we can't go and play for them, but we can certainly we can certainly give them as much opportunity as we can to make sure that they've got a team to enter the league. So that's why those two aren't playing tomorrow.